Bitcoin has been down for most of the day, but has staged a surprising comeback. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and explain why that is and what we can expect from the rest of the week when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto prices. Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Cody, and I'm here to give you the most interesting and informative information when it comes to crypto. And we're going to go ahead and start off with our Bitcoin chart TA. So Bitcoin, as I said before, has staged quite a rally in the past couple of hours. And you can almost see basically where it started here, where you have this huge move up. Now, you may ask yourself, well, what exactly caused this huge move up? Well, it was something that I talked about earlier in the week. And when I said that this was going to be an incredibly important week for crypto, it's because of big tech earnings. So what we had after the bell reporting is we had Google stock, which was up over 1% after hours. We had Visa, which is up over 1% after hours. And we have Microsoft, which is up over 8% after hours. And all of these earnings have contributed to Bitcoin's rise in the after hours. And if you take a look at the chart here, you can actually see basically when these companies actually reported. We have this huge green volume spike here, and Bitcoin shot from about 27,300 to all the way up here to about 28,200. And it kind of hit its head on this resistance point right here at about 28,200. It's entirely possible that we'll see this establish itself as the next tier, the next level of resistance for Bitcoin. But above that, if it does go through 28K, what you're looking at is 29K resistance, and then up here at about 31.3, which is where it was before this big run downwards. Now, as I said before earlier in the week, there are multiple events going on this week that will affect Bitcoin's price. Big tech earnings was probably the biggest one, I think, in my opinion, that we're going to wind up seeing. But it was a fairly large move up, and not just for Bitcoin, but also for Ethereum. You see this huge move up here for Ethereum in the after hours, and it hitting its head on resistance here at about 1878, almost 1900. And then also for Binance Coin, which hit its head on resistance here at about 340 and seems to have pulled back a little bit. Now, what I do think this week is there are additional things that can go on that could actually push us even higher from where we are currently at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and get to that. First, I want to go over some really important Bitcoin metrics, starting with our Bitcoin NVT Golden Cross. Now, with the Bitcoin NVT Golden Cross, again, this gives us an idea of local tops and local bottoms. As it comes into this red area and then retreats out of the red area, it tends to correspond with the local top for the Bitcoin price. And so what we've seen is it's actually come up here, it's topped a little bit, and it's come back down again. And this kind of, again, corresponds with the local top for this. Now, what we're seeing is it's coming back up into the red zone yet again. So that means that we could be experiencing another local top from the NVT Golden Cross. Now, this is, again, not a guarantee, but this has been accurate more often than not being accurate. And in this case, when it topped up here in April 15th and it came back all the way down here in April 18th, you're talking about a difference in price from it going 31,000 all the way down to about 27,000 or so in the preceding days. Next, I also want to talk about Bitcoin active addresses. This is really important because with Bitcoin active addresses, you expect to see, if there is demand on the blockchain for Bitcoin, you expect to see active addresses increase, and they have been increasing. If we zoom out here, what we can see is that it's actually at a level that we haven't seen since May. So May 16th back in 2022, it was at about 1 million and about 100 or about 1,011,000 or so. Now it's at 1,024,000. If we zoom out and take a look at the all-time, we can see that the last time it was anywhere close to this level was back in 2021 during the last bull market. And so what that tells me is that the demand for Bitcoin right now has moved higher and higher and higher, and we've eclipsed the previous bear market, and so we're kind of back to where we were before the last bear market when it comes to Bitcoin demand and usage, which I think is very bullish. Next, I want to look at the unrealized profit loss for Bitcoin. And so what we have here is the unrealized profit loss for the entirety of the market for people who bought Bitcoin right now, sitting at about 27%. And this level right here, again, is fairly high. And we haven't seen this level since back in May. So we've seen a significant recovery of people who hold Bitcoin, right? Net unrealized profits out of about 27%, which is a pretty amazing level right now, considering that we were not too long ago at the start of the year down 18, down 19% or so net unrealized losses. So we've recovered dramatically from that point. And then I also want to go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin Lightning capacity. So the Lightning Network for Bitcoin is incredibly important, because if you believe that it's a transactional currency, then you need to have some kind of scaling solution for Bitcoin, because it simply does not settle transactions fast enough. And so what we have here is the Lightning Network. This is a measurement of the Lightning nodes and the total capacity of these Lightning nodes in Bitcoin. And as you can see here, it has continued to climb. Even in a bear market, the total capacity of these Lightning nodes has continued to climb. And this right here tells me that there is strong demand for Bitcoin to be used as a transactional currency through the Lightning Network. And I think that's, again, very bullish. That's Bitcoin. If we enable the USD, what we can see here is that it's still climbing, even though it went down during the bear market. Now it's pushing back up again, and we're starting to see a recovery from these bear market lows. So again, very bullish for Bitcoin and Bitcoin's Lightning capacity for the blockchain. Now, what I said before was that there is going to be several events going on this week that could potentially impact Bitcoin and crypto prices. What we're looking at right now is on Thursday, we have the GDP numbers coming out for the first quarter. All right, so this is incredibly important, because the GDP numbers for the first quarter, this is what economists will be looking at to determine whether or not we're at the start of a recession, or we're in the middle of a recession, or the current economic output is bad, or if it's actually surprisingly good. So what we're looking at right now is a forecast of about 2% growth for GDP Q1 growth. If we actually come above that number, then we could potentially see a spike in the Bitcoin price, or a spike in the crypto price, and a rally in the stock market as well, showing that the economy is actually in much better shape. And I think even if we come in at 2%, that's still fairly bullish. If we come under 2%, that would definitely be bearish. But I think that hitting that point and exceeding that point is definitely still going to be bullish. So on Friday, we also have the core PCE year over year. This is something that will definitely impact the markets and crypto especially, because, again, this is one of the most important metrics that the Fed looks for when they're trying to determine inflation and whether inflation's increasing or decreasing, judging by the PCE, the personal consumption expenditures year over year. They're expecting that to come in at 5%. We'll see if it comes in lower than that, and if it does, that would be very bullish. Now, again, for the Bitcoin price, it's really hard to kind of make a determination about where we're going here. But one thing I want to go ahead and point out is that 27K level, if this doesn't hold, then we're definitely moving lower from there, probably down to 25K. Now, if this level holds, which it seems like it's doing right now, there's a lot of buyers that are stepping in at this point. What we need to see is it push above this resistance here at 28,300. And if it does that, then we need to see it push to 29K. And then if it comes all the way back up here and it challenges this 31,000 level again, and it can push above that, that would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. So we have a couple of more resistance levels to go through before I'm ready to declare that Bitcoin has fully recovered. But right now, we're still in the middle of an uptrend, so I don't think that we're in a bad situation right now. We're still in the middle of an uptrend, and we're still in an area of strong support, of sideways action that we've seen, this consolidation pattern of the last month and a half or so. All right, and then if we go take a look at Ethereum, same story here. What we're looking at, again, is it going above 1878 or about 1900, and then challenging the resistance here at about 2000. And then from there, we'll talk about resistance here at 2100. And for Binance Coin, also in the middle of a pretty tremendous uptrend, again, moving down from the December lows, moving through the March lows, and then going up here to the April lows. Now we have a consistent trend of higher lows, and it seems to be moving higher. It really wants to break out here at about 340. We've seen multiple tests of this 340 level, and from the current direction, from the current momentum, I think we're actually going to wind up breaching that level sooner than later. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date information. That's where I post the best information, and especially time-sensitive information. And usually I don't always get around to posting it in my YouTube videos, but definitely would appreciate you guys to come out and check out my Twitter. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.